Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 1, Episode 4. Yes, I have a scarf on. It's washed. My hair is wet up in the ear. My fan is on. Leave me be. Let it be. It's going to be okay. Okay? If you have not done so already, please come over to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird. JayBirds. Dun, 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 dun. And all that goodness and stuff. Okay. Do not forget to like this video, to comment in the comment section. You can also share it on your social media by hitting the share button. You can follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. All of that is in the description box below every single video with all kind of other information. Go ahead and look at the description box. Hit the little arrow and go look at it because it's down there and you should read it and whatnot. Okay. I also want y'all to always remember, okay, to go ahead and inhale and exhale, okay, to inhale and to exhale, okay, to relax, to relate, to release, and to always center yourself and anyone around you. Okay, now let's get started. So we see a lot has happened. I'm gonna try to not make this too long, but I can't make no promises. Y'all know an hour show on Stars is a whole hour. It's not an hour minus 20 minutes commercials. It's a whole hour. Okay, let's go. Now we see Tariq up in school. Okay, he up in school or whatever, and he's like, I need a whole plan on how to make my drugs. Okay, so we see he go to see Stern. Okay, I'm like, what do you want to see Stern for? We then see he does meet with Stern, with Sabastian Stern, who was Stern's husband. Yes, I mean, even though I always, thought it, I always knew Stern was a little... And you know what I'm saying? So Stern is actually gay. Okay, he has a whole husband. He seems to be a whole sugar daddy because Sebastian looks kind of young, but Sebastian goes by Bash and whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? So they chitting and chatting and whatnot. And to realize, look, I have an idea for school. I want to have this tutoring app, which y'all know I'm in school tutoring. You know what I'm saying? So I need this app. The app can help me tutor more people. You know what I'm saying? It can be this and that. It's going to be called Course Corrects. And then Bash like, okay, so you want to, sell papers to people who are dumb? He's like, no, I really want to tutor people. He's like, if you say so. So because Tariq notices Bash likes money, okay? He likes underhanded things. He wants to have his hands in all kind of pots and stuff like that. He like, look, I need to be sure that, people pay in cash. Yeah. So how much, we got to do this for that to happen. Okay, how about I give you 5% of my profit if you make sure that this can all happen with cash. Yeah. Because Monet called Rick is rules 1, 2, and 3 is A, B, and C. And one of the main rules is always get paid in cash, pay us on time or whatever, and don't be around no bullshit because I don't want no bullshit around me. So again, he needs something that pays in cash. So at first, Bash wanted 15%, and he said, nah, bro. You can get 5%, and I won't tell Stern. Okay, your husband is Stern. And so they have an agreement because Bash knows how to code and all these things. So Bash can set up the app for Tariq. So Tariq then thought of a whole dang on drug dealing app. Okay, now meanwhile in between time we see as he's leaving that meeting, Tasha calls from prison, okay, on her cell phone. Because again, she has not told him yet that Lorenzo called her and threatened her. Well, she don't even know that it was Lorenzo. She just knows that someone called her and threatened her. And they have not talked about Tariq selling drugs. So she called him because I'm worried, son. You need to get you a gun immediately. Okay? Why? Because I know you out there selling drugs. But so I need you to protect yourself. I don't have time for no guns. I'm already having enough stuff on my plate. I'm having to run around this campus. I don't have no time. Like, where would I even get a gun from? Dad is dead. Kane is dead. Dre dead. Tommy gone. You in jail. Who gonna give me a piece, mama? Okay, your dad and Tommy had these little stash spots, like a little, if we have to run real quick or we need some help or whatnot, they would stash stuff in certain places all over the city. So I know Tommy may have cleared them out, he may not have, so I'm gonna give you some addresses or whatever. Go to this place or that place and, look for the gun, okay? I'm looking like, you gonna send your son around and say, look, okay. Anyway, I digress. So we had that whole thing happen right there. Now the whole episode we see Tariq handling multiple phones. He got his own cell phone, the prison cell phone, the Monet cell phone. Girl, cell phone, and whatnot. So we do see in class, okay, in class, the professors 1, 2, and 3, black man, white, black woman, announces to them all that there's a fellowship. Okay, in this fellowship, anybody can apply for it, and if you win it or whatever, I'm saying, you will have the option to graduate 1 year early, and so that of course piques Tariq's interest. Okay, now it also piques the interest of Thought Pocket Gale. You know what I'm saying? Who is on here? Her name was Lauren, but I'm gonna keep. I call her Thought Pocket Gale, but you know what I'm saying. So they both kind of like, oh, a fellowship. Okay, good. Now we then see Thought Pocket Gale go after Jabari, Professor Jabari. So what are you guys looking for in a fellow? Now she's asking the question. They in class. They know secretive things. What's going on? Because she really wants it and whatnot. But we can tell Jabari is kind of flirting or whatever. I mean, he's giving her real answers, but he's also giving answers that lets us know he still wants to bang that coochie and whatnot. So she then says, well, how about we talk about this over dinner? He's like, oh, like here and like off. She's like, well, no, at my parents' house, because she all about school. She not thinking about banging Jabari, even though Jabari thinking about banging her. And so as they're talking, we do see Professor Carrie sees it from her peripheral, but she lets it be and whatnot. But then the Professor Jabari said, how about you invite Professor Carrie to not make it seem like you're trying to like buy me to be the fellowship person and whatnot, and also you should probably invite a student for optics and whatnot. So Tariq will say, oh, I'll come, I volunteer at Tribune or whatever. So they're like, okay, well, that's fine. So that's going to probably happen sooner or later. Okay, we then see Monet and Kane. Okay, now they have the whole meeting with the ABC boys. I can't get the names or the letters of these kids together, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be ABC, 1, 2, 3s or BCDs. I don't know. But they chit and chat and whatever, because again, Monet don't like the fact that the ABC boys be out here all loud. Okay, bringing attention to themselves. Like, look, y'all doing too much. Not only that, y'all have the police all in y'all mix, and we have to, keep a low profile. And dude then said, look, I'm just trying to do things my way, okay? Because I'm a boss. Boy, you ain't no boss. Okay, you ain't even been in the ABC gang since your daddy died or whatever, and you keep playing with me. I'm going to make an arrangement for you and him to have a reunion in the upper room. Meaning, I'm gonna kill you, bruh. Leave your daddy dead. Now, you wanna go meet him? No? Well, then shut the hell up and do what I tell you to do. Now, as they're walking away, dude then say punta, calling her a bitch in Spanish. And I'm like, she knows Spanish. Her man is Lorenzo. She's like, what? What you say? Said to my face, and he hesitates because he know he messed up. I guess he assumed that she did not know Spanish, and then when he says, as he's about to say puta, okay, Kane proceeded to beat that ass. Okay, Kane beat the dog shit out of beat his whole face, and I don't think he's dead or whatever. I think he's alive, but I think he knows to not do that no more. And so we was like, okay, Kane is definitely the muscle. Okay, he's a baby. No, he's not a baby Tommy. Well, he has that temper of Tommy. Like if you piss Tommy off, he gonna beat you up or whatever. But we're gonna leave that be. So as they walking away, she's like, you really beat his ass. He's like, well, ain't that what you wanted me to do? She's like, yeah, I can always count on you, son. Kane is the muscle. Okay. Now we then see Tariq and Braden is at school chit-chatting, jaw-jacking, because they have to get this app up and running or whatever. Now, in the meantime, in between time, we see Braden is like real lackluster, real hype, real, I want to make some money, but he not quiet and silent enough for me to be in the drug game. But we're gonna leave that be because Tariq is real quiet and whatnot. So we see the app launches, and it's Braden who's really going around kind of doing things or whatever, even though he's doing things that Tariq is telling him to do. But it's making it seem as if Braden is the one doing things. At the end of the day, you need a fall guy. So, they have tutors who really want to tutor, but also don't mind selling drugs. It looks like how do you ask someone, hey, you want a tutor? and sell drugs too? Yeah, okay, come with me. So, they have tutors who want to do both. They then figure out we have to give away a little bit of free product here and there in the beginning to get the word out. So we see they give some to Skin Tone Keisha. So they give her some free weed. Okay, and of course what she did was she went and told her home, it's this app. You can get weed, you can get this. And I'm like, girl, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So they're getting the word out a little bit. Now, so they're like, well, how we gonna know who really wants a tutor and who really wants drugs? He says, easy. People who want just a tutor, they're gonna pick the regular packet, which is $50, okay? But we know people who want the extra drug dealer packets, they pick the one that costs $250 because nobody is gonna pay $250 for a tutor. And then each subject is a different drug, okay? So math is weeds, econ is uppers, and chemistry is downers. So I'm looking like that is really smart. And then we see them, selling. And then Braden acts like he got new money. Yeah, man, we got all this money. I'm like, don't toss the money in the air. Now it's messy. Now you gotta rake it up. Don't do that, Braden. But Braden is this like loose where to him it's fun. To Tariq is business. Okay. Anyway. So we then see, because he's making money, he pays Davis, okay, because he needs Davis's services for his mama. But he like, hold up now, bro, I'm saying, why are you wasting my money on these damn mock-ass, fake-ass trials? Like, that's a waste of money. You need to get my mama out of jail. He's like, look, we had to do that to show your mama that we could not put her on the stand. Okay, well, put me up there. Like, we can't do that either because any jury knows a good son will lie for their mother. Okay, we have to know that and trust that is what happened and whatnot. I'm saying, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this whole case around and be focusing on Sax, because Sax has an agenda, and if we can prove that he has an agenda, we can then at least get this case went back to the local people and not him. Okay, and then if nothing else, we may be able to also get it talked out. So we're working on that. You're like, all right, here's your money, but just remember, you cannot be out here, shooting that Sax and swinging that Sax and you miss it. Don't miss. If you swing at that, I never miss. I'm like, we hope you never miss. We don't know. Now, Paula, like, where's that boy getting his money from? Like, how he come in here with stacks and stacks of cash? What's going on? Like, don't you wonder no, I don't care. Look, that is not our business. It's not our job to worry about where the money comes from, okay? But he was raised by, pathological lawyers. He was raised by murderers and killers and drug dealers or whatever. Like, he may be into some shit. Look, if he was into some criminal stuff, Paula, he would have been paying us through some little shady ass LLC, okay? We don't need to know or care about where the money come from, okay? All I know is the money is ours. You hear it? He put the money up to his face, and I'm like, man, that man is so silly. Not silly. Anyway, we then see Sax and Davis in the judge's chambers. And, Davis is telling the judge how Sax has always been doing things, breaking the law, been in the law, and doing things under the book, okay? Just all kind of fucked up things here and there, whatever. He went and talked to Tariq at school without his parents one time. He then threatened Tasha and Tariq that he would arrest them if they did not give him evidence against James and whatnot. So he has it out for James. He always has, and now he's trying to pin all the James crimes on the wife. So the judge, like, that's enough for me to at least say I do want to hear from people who may know that you're on some bullshit. And if you're on some bullshit, Sax, we will have you removed from this case. Okay, so we then see they bring in Blanca Rodriguez as Alex Arthur closed mouth chunky heel. Okay, anyway, and she brings up how Sax was on some bullshit. He took Terry's phone from his car. He then planted that same phone in James' house to frame him. He put a bug on Proctor's daughter's book bag to illegally listen to Proctor, the wife. So he also put, the fact that he had a bug on a minor, like all of that was illegal. He's always under some bullshit. He also was out here feeding information to Rashad Tate to have him say that James had a reason to kill Tariq. So again, he on some bullshit. So even though, Sax like, I object, that's not true, that's hearsay or whatever, he then says, you saw me do all this. She's like, well, I seen you do some of it, and I know about the rest. He says, so you saw me do all of that stuff. Did you ever try to stop me? Well, I tried to. It did not work. He's like, yeah, but didn't you also take the statement that Tate gave me that you said was false, and then use that to get a warrant for Ghost? Okay, so how would you then sit up here and admit that you saw me coerce someone to do something, but you then use that same statement to get something that you want? Okay, didn't you also want Ghost? You knew I wanted Ghost. You knew that. And I'm like, well, I mean, she did or whatever. He also brings up how, and then you take a statement from Dre, from Andre Coleman, who said that he saw James kill Terry Silver. Didn't you do that? She's like, well, yeah, I did. But maybe, that's what he said. That's what he said, okay, but then you offer him a wit set, you offer him this and that. So how do we know that you was not, pressuring him to give you what you wanted? And I'm like, God damn it. So again, Sax used his goddamn devil skills to kind of make it seem as if, well, Blanca ain't no better than me, so how can she complain about me? I did maybe one or two things under the law, but she knew, so how is that, it doesn't really matter. So the judge is like, well, okay, Blanca, this transcript would be sent to your boss, so now she gonna get in trouble because she didn't admit to some shit that she was not supposed to do, okay? But she then say, we ain't done. I want to hear from Tate. Where's Tate? Around, okay? We then see Monet. Monet goes and chit-chats with the children, okay? We see Drew, we see Diana, and we see Kane, okay? And it's like, look, I need y'all to know this, okay? We are not dealing with the ABC 1, 2, 3 boys anymore, okay? We are not working with Tariq. They like, what? Are you the uppity nigga from the school? What you thinking? Now, Kane was the most, I would say, objective to the idea. Diana was just shocked that her mama agreed to work with him or whatever, and Drew kind of didn't care that much or whatever. But she's like, what do you think, Drew? What do you think? Well, Ma, I think, here Kane. Well, Ma, I think it's dumb or whatever. But I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to your brother. Okay, so Drew, what do you think? Okay, I think the kid is smart. He's smart. He seemed like he know what he's doing or whatever. Okay, well, fine. Well, Diana, what do you think? I think you should find out how he moves away at school. I think that's a smart thing to do. You know what? You right. Drew, go see how Tariq moves, whatever he does at the school or whatnot. Now, when Drew leaves, when Diana leaves, we see Kane like, Mama, I can't believe you made a whole decision without me. We need ABC kids or whatever. We could control them. She's like, no, I can control anyone. When you know what someone wants, you either give it to them or take it away. But don't forget, boy, your problem is you have to realize we are a team. However, people play different positions. In your position, what you did, how you handled the ABC dude or whatever, that is your position. Stay in your lane, meaning you the muscle. So Drew goes to spy on Tariq at school or whatnot. But Tariq like, what you doing here? Like, you here with drugs? You can't be coming to the school with a book bag of drugs. Like, you can get caught. I'm like, Tariq, but you selling drugs on campus, so what's the difference? But however, he realized, she sent you here to spy on me, didn't she? He was like, well, you look, the sooner we get through today, I'm done with you, whatever. Let's go and let me see how you do things and whatnot. So they end up going to his little drawing class and whatnot. And when Tariq tries to say, okay, well, leave me be here, I'll talk to you later. No. The teacher then say, hey, who's your friend, Tariq? This is open class. He can come in and have a seat, okay? And find a partner. Everyone needs to partner with someone they don't know. And we're going to draw some things. Drew then see, he walking around looking for a partner. But he's also taking photos of Tariq and whatnot. But he then walks up and sees old boy, okay? And old boy sees him. And like, okay, you got a partner? No. Well, we can be drawing partners, okay? And this is a little basketball player there, whatever. Like, I can't even really draw, whatnot. So Drew, who we know is an artist a little bit, so I can teach you. I can learn you how to draw. And they, sit there laughing and talking or whatever over art and drawing. But Tariq notices Dre is no longer watching him. He's watching the basketball player. So, Tariq does what he always does. He ditches Dre. No, he ditches Drew and he's gone or whatnot. Because Drew ain't paying no attention or whatnot. Anyway, we then see Sax. Sax is at his office being shady, doing shady shit, because that's what Sax does or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He then has his work buddy who comes in because he really wants to know how is Tariq paying Davis. He knows Davis is expensive. How is he paying Davis? Now they try to go to James' lawyer, who would not give them any information about how anything is being paid or nothing like that. So the dude then said, we need to follow Tariq. He's like, I told your ass from the beginning, we not doing no shady shit. So, we could not be following Tariq. He's a minor. We could not be out here drawing outside the line. Like, we have to follow the rules, and that's it. Okay. Now they're saying that, we then hear knock, knock, knock on the door. Who is it? It's the police. I'm like, what the police doing? What's going on here? But they come in and have his niece. Okay, I'm looking like I didn't even know he had. Why are we meeting so much of Sax family? I'm like, look, I don't want to meet no boys kinfolk. Hey, lead them around somewhere else. We don't need any of it or whatnot. Anyway, she was picked up because she was out there in the streets trying to buy some weed. I'm like, Now she's almost 18. Her name is Riley, whatever. And then she's upset because I'm gonna have to tell your moms. Please don't tell them they're gonna go crazy. I'll do anything you want me to do if you can just please not tell them. He then said, oh, I have something you can do for me. He wants her to follow Tariq. I'm like, you gonna have your niece, girl. See, again, Sax ain't shit. Just ain't shit, but I'm gonna leave that be. Now we then see Tate. Tate goes to the white man and the Asian man. Is it Mock? And I can't think of the white man name, okay? But he go talk to them because, again, he has not gotten a subpoena from Davis to come to the judge's chambers and discuss his statement about James. He like, look, dude, I don't want to do this. Make it go away. They like, look, we know you don't want to do it or whatever, but you have to go talk. Did you lie to the cops about James having a motive to kill Terry? Look, I know y'all don't want me going in there saying that James was a whole drug dealing killer who was fucking all the girls in town and he put his hands on his wife. I know y'all don't want me to say this, so let me be. I don't want to do this. We know, but you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to go and say some things and whatnot. Okay. So we then see we in Judge's chambers. Okay, we got the 3 blind mice. So, well, not Dave, because Dave was not blind. Anyway, they chit-chat and jaw-jacking and whatnot. And Tate is like, look, I did lie that day to the police. Dave was like, oh, really? About what? Well, I have to tell you the truth, okay? Truthfully, Tasha came to me earlier that day, okay? And she told me, she threatened my life, my family life, my campaign. And, I felt the need to, to follow what she told me, because she had already tricked me and to give her a daycare location. So I just, I was scared. So I just did what she asked. Oh, so you mean to tell me, Tay, you are a former cop and you did not have to know how to tell anyone about, what she was doing? No, I feared for my life, Davis. I was scared. Okay. After that, there was already an attack on my life. I'm like, no, what? Now we know Tate hired people to kill Ghost in them, and when it didn't work, the dude came back and tried to kill him, and that's what really happened. But he made it seem as if someone tried to kill me, and it could have possibly been someone that Tasha sent, because Tasha threatened me, okay? And I'm like, are you girl? Talking about my brother didn't come save my life, I'll be dead just like James. Okay, now James was a great person. He was motivational, he was, uplifting. He had put himself up from his bootstraps, blah, 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 blah. James is just as great as me. You ain't shit, Tate. You cute though, but you ain't shit nonetheless and whatnot. So then, that's all I have to say. And as he was leaving, Davis whispers, you a lying ass nigga. Okay, you are lying as Negro. Okay, well, thanks. I hope I can, depend on your vote too. I'm looking like, Tate at the end of the day is still Tate. He's still gonna talk his way out of everything. He gets around it all and whatnot. So we then see Tariq. Tariq then went to laundromat that I'm talking about and found a gun. That's fine. We then see little Tommy Braden Karla, we need more product immediately or whatnot. And so he like, okay, cool, that's fine. I'll get it figured out. Now, he gets back to his school because he's trying to find Drew. Because remember, Drew was left in class with old boy, whatever. And now Drew was gone. So then he gets back to school. Paula's there. Okay, the chit chat and jaw drop or whatever. She's like, look, here's your money back. You know, you could not pay us in cash. Like, you can't do that, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, we also had to get Tate in to speak up for your mama. She's like, for what? I mean, he said, for what? We can't trust him. And what you mean you can't take cash? I thought all lawyers loved cash. She's like, look, you need to either have a check or a money order, or if you have to have some kind of paperwork showing where this cash came from. Because in your mom's case is a high profile case. They're going to ask where the money came from, and you have to have some kind of reason. Look, Tariq, I can help you, okay? Just tell me what you need. Like, look, I was stealing money from my grandma. Okay, my grandma got the money from my dad or whatever, and I know she has the money, so I've been stealing it a little bit, and, you know, just to pay for my mom, but that's all it was. Okay, no one can help me. No one can help me. Okay, and as he's putting the money in his backpack, she happens to look down and she sees the gun that he just went and got or whatever. But like, I gotta go. I got shit to do. Now he gets in the room or whatever, and he gets a call from Bash. He like, oh yeah, I was gonna call you, whatever. He said, look, I need, you know, half that money in cash. I need the rest of it wired. You're like, oh, okay. So how about that 15% we discussed? Like, we said fine. Like, well, you need me now, and if you need me, this is the new deal. So now Tariq has to pay more money off the money he's making, which means Bash is greedy. He's already rich, okay? He's a little baby Stern and whatnot. So we do see Drew and the art class dude has now went back to art class dude's apartment or dorm or whatnot, and they chit chatting. Okay, and dude, then say, you know, I might want you to draw my next tattoo. He then takes his shirt off and everything. He's like, oh, okay, you know, what's this? And I'm like, I know what's going on here. And I was not surprised. And plus, the minute Drew seen old boy in class and old boy smiled at Drew, I said, oh boy, gay. Because this no tea, no shade. Like, straight men don't smile that way at other men who they don't know. Like, there's not that, hey, what you doing? They don't do that. So I knew up front or whatever. But in the room, they both trying to be sure the other one is gay. Because I can take my shirt off and see what you do. He like, oh, that's a nice tattoo. And he kind of, you know, gracefully touched his stomach or whatnot. And they like, okay. And they have like this connection, this bond or whatever. And Drew kissed him. And they kissing and hugging or whatever. And they start getting all sexual, all sensual and stuff. But his phone starts playing because, again, Tariq is calling and texting because he needs drugs, okay? He's like, well, hold on 1 second. Let's stop 1 second. He then calls Diana, not knowing that Monet has her phone, okay? And not only that, she's like, you know, why is he calling you? Like, answer it on speaker. And she hear him say, like, I'm not with Tariq. Okay, I need you to get a whole bunch of drugs together and take them to Tariq. Okay, I'll do it. That's fine. But again, Monet realized something is up, but I'm going to leave it be. Y'all kids, it's getting on my goddamn nerves or whatever. So, cool. So then she takes drugs to Tariq. Okay, she pops like, if my mom said, you know, I'm here for this and whatnot. So here. But my mom didn't want me to come over here because she knew I would do something. He's like, we would do what? What you gonna do? Diana then starts kissing Tariq because she's always liked Tariq since the moment she met him or whatever. And he like, oh, what your mama, you know, she said Zeke told me that you wanted to date me. He said, I know it. He also told me that your mama won't let me, but she ain't here. And so they're making out or whatever. So in that meantime, in between time, Drew come back, knock, interrupts them or whatever. You're like, what was y'all doing? No, what was you doing, Drew? What was you and Drew? But he don't say nothing or whatever. They just pay him and get the drugs, and it's a whole done deal. So back at the house, we see Drew in the shower. Gotta wash all that sex off him or whatever. So he in the shower, and Monet asked, like, what did you find out? Well, you know, I just found out, you know what I'm saying, he knew I was there. You know, he told me to my face that he knew that you sent me there to spy on him or whatever. But he has more business that he, you know, can really have product for or whatever. But you know what I'm saying, other than that, I didn't know anything else. She's like, okay, that's good. That means that he's careful. Like, he's not really, you know what I'm saying, out and about with whatever you're doing. Like, he's not, because if he was messy, you would have seen something or whatnot. I said, well, he was fucking somebody else, so we don't know. Anything, you know, she's like, good or whatever. Where's the money? So the money's in my bag. So she goes in his bag and gets the money, but she then sees this drawing. Okay, and this is the drawing that he did of the dude who he just slept with or whatnot. And she know her son, so she did not look upset. She did not look angry or whatever. She's like, you know what, son? When it comes to this business, your father has always wondered if you could handle it, if you are, if you're soft. But me, I was never worried about that. You are smart, you're strong, and you always look for all options, okay? But you need to be careful, son. You know what I'm saying? Because when you out in this world, that is what I worry about. Because not every man is like our family. No one will have your back like family. Okay, so Drew, you always have to come home and remember that. And I think our point was, you out here with people who aren't like us. And even though we are hard and tough or whatever, whoever you with may not be. So other men aren't like us. Meaning, I know you, son. I love you, son. But just be careful. Okay? Be careful. And I like how she handled that. I did not want a whole nother, I don't like that my son gay type of vibe. But I'm happy that's not what it was. Now, at Thought Pocket Gale's house, okay? Yeah, I had to come back and record this. I don't care about the Thought Pocket Gale scene. I recorded, it was like 3 minutes of talking. Don't care, okay? We seen her mama invited over her boyfriend. Surprise, surprise, surprise. We don't care. We know Thought Pocket Gale kissed Tariq or whatever. That's fine. And that's dandy. You understand? Professor 1 and Professor 2, which means black man and black woman, was kind of sparring back and forth. We don't care. Tariq also spoke about a book that they all read. We don't care. But Tariq seemed pretty smart to the bougie parents of Thought Pocket Gale. That was it. So we then see Jabari and Carrie go back to his office. They argue. She said, I know you fucking your students, your grad students or whatever. He said, well, so what? Why do you care? I don't care. They started having sex. Boom, pow, pow. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Your problem, Carrie, is that, you want me so bad and you hate yourself for it. But maybe I hate the both of us. Maybe I have enough hate for the both of us, what he said. And then she locked the door, basically tore his clothes off. Would not let him touch her clothes. She then took her clothes off herself and then fucked him. I was like, for what? Poor K. I'm gonna let that be. So we then see Tariq is at a little party, and we see Sax's niece is there too, looking to get things on Tariq. And so when she walks up to him, say, you have a very dark energy. Do you know that? He was like, nope, and then just walks away. Meaning, I don't have time for these crazy, I don't do it, whatever. So we then see baby Tommy and old girl starts talking. So it looks like, see, Tariq not realizing baby Tommy is gonna be down for. Cause baby Tommy, like, oh yeah, that's my roommate or whatever. Baby Tommy can't hold water, and so I don't like them two talking. We're gonna leave that be. Tariq is then watching the whole party. He see the other dude who sell drugs. And so he's like, okay. So Tariq goes to the person, hey, Braden has some pills if you want them. That person is friends with the real drug dealer, who goes to tell somebody else, who then goes to tell the drug dealer dude, like, Braden is selling drugs too. Oh, that's what it is? Because dude was trying to figure out who was it that was selling pills on his turf or whatever. So he then starts a fight with Braden, a whole fist fight or whatever, and Tariq is above it all. He's like upstairs, but watching it from the balcony, looking down, looking like, dance puppets, dance. Now the whole time, the niece of Sax is watching Tariq, who's just in the distance or whatever, not doing anything, and she takes a couple of selfies of him or whatever, but he does not realize it. I'm like, Tariq, pay more attention, please, brother. Pay more, because again, ghosts would miss stuff like that too. So I don't have time for that bullshit happening and whatnot. So we then see a scene that we have all been waiting for forever. Boom. Okay, Method Man is fucking Paula, and I mean, knock down, drag out, good old fashioned fucked out sex or whatnot. I said, come on now, Method Man. Okay, METHOD man and stuff. But I'm like, that's Girl, look at the print. Anyway, it was a hot scene. See, this was a sex scene that I felt fit the story, and it didn't seem forced. With Jabari and Carrie, it seems forced. This did not seem forced or whatever. So they chit chatted and y'all talking after sex, and then she said, "Hey, we just got a little deposit from some little LLC from who? From Tariq." So again, you said he wasn't in no shady shit, but who was this LLC thing or whatnot? So he like, it's fine, fine, fine. We'll figure it out. She then gives him back his wedding ring. Yet Paula is not his wife. Okay. Met the man, Davis. Davis is cheating on his wife with Paula. And I'm like, So they sit there in the afterglow, okay? And he said, Sax killed us on that whole, Blanca and Tate thing. We had to find somebody who he can't discredit. And they was like, I know who we should get. Who is it, y'all? Who should it be? It should be me. It could be me. Anyway, we then see the drug dealing dude who fought Braden leaving school. And Tariq like, where you going, bro? What's going on? Man, I got kicked out for fighting Braden. Really? Like, yeah, he's a Western. So, again, Tariq is walking and laughing because he set it up. He knew anybody who messed with Braden usually gets in some kind of trouble because he's a Western, and whatever. So, I'm like, that's fine. We then see he gets back to class. And then Thought like a girl is in there, whatever. She's embarrassed because her boyfriend came back. I'm so sorry that my boyfriend came. Like, it's fine. It's fine. I know you have to play the game. Like, you have to play the role that you're, playing with your parents or whatnot. It's kind of fine. We have, I have options. We all have options. We all have options. It's fine. Don't even worry about it or whatever. I'm saying, look, I'm not going to back down from any competition. No, not for you, not for the fellowship, whatever. So it's going to be what's going to be. And then his phone keeps going off. And then it's, Diana. Who's Diana? He laughed. I told you. Options. Meaning, I'm not just chasing you. So, don't get your hopes on, like, whatever. So, we then see Tasha's in prison. And we see that she gets a text. It's a photo of Tariq, and it says, he made enough money to live another day or whatever. We then see Sax gets the photo of Tariq from a niece, and he's just looking at it or whatever. We then also see that Tamika gets a whole flower delivery. Who is, oh my God, who's it from? Oh, it says it's from Davis. You've been served. So Davis and Paula is going to call Tamika because Tamika is someone that Sax can't discredit. And I'm looking like, it was a good episode. It was a good episode and whatnot. So we're going to leave that be. Anyway, that was all. Gotta go. Peace.
So filled with stress.